going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back in with Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to everybody who support the platform. Much love, much love. Salute to everyone that is here right now. If you were here, make sure you go ahead and smash that like button for me, fam. Go ahead and start off by smashing that like button. Hit that like button. After you hit the like button, make sure you share today's show. Make sure you share today's show. Share it on your community tab, your Discord servers, anywhere that you share videos. Share today's show. Share today's show. It's great to see everyone, by the way. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. Salute to all of you visionaries out there. Salute to everyone that's in the chat. I'm going to get over here and give some shout outs. And before we get to those shout outs, I want to let you guys know I appreciate all of the support, all of the new subscribers, everyone who has been supporting Sheep Stay Sleep TV since day one. And if you are a new supporter, I appreciate you. I appreciate all the shares. I appreciate everything. I just want to let you guys know that, man. I really appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all coming through and learning and taking what's being given and applying it in life. Because at the end of the day, faith without works is dead. So I want to just start off by saying that before I get to these shout outs. I want to start off by saying shout out to Just Ask Shaw. I appreciate you. Thanks for your support. Much love. Shout out to Tone Malone in the building. Salute, my brother. Salute, salute. Shout out to Miss Garnetta Brown. She said, ready for this message today. I appreciate you. Appreciate you, Miss Brown, Garnetta. Shout out to Miss Angie. What's going on, Miss Angie B? Much love to you, always coming through and holding down the chat. Appreciate you, Miss Angie. Salute to Shango in the building. Shout out to my man Shango Zulu. Salute, fam. Shout out to my family, Heels In. Appreciate you, family. He says, share today's episode. Yes, sir. Much love to you, fam, as always. I'm going to hit you up soon, too, family. Shout out to Miss Queena. She says, salute, Sheep Stay Sleep and Visionaries. Much love to you, Queena. Always coming through and holding down the chat. Also, shout out to you, Queena. As always, shout out to my brother, Po Boy Films, man. He says, salute, fam. Been away for a minute, but it's good to see y'all in the building, man. It's good to see you, bro. You know it's always a pleasure, my brother, and I appreciate your support. And you will be hearing from me soon, bro. You know how we do. Shout out to my man, Sir Obadiah in the building. Shout out to Sir O. Salute to the Villain Sphere. Shout out to the Self-Improvement Channel. Salute. Shout it out. OG Sonny Blocko in the building. Shout it out. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you, OG. Shout out to my brother Larry Vaughn in the building. Salute, my brother, as always. Coming through, showing your support. I appreciate you, bro. See who else up in here. Got to give some shout outs to. Shout out to Miss Letitia. Much love to you. Oh, he's one of your favorite top 5 rappers, of course. Same here, Letitia. Much love to you, sweetheart. Always appreciate your support. Yes, sir. The Brooklyn way, man. You already know. Man. Shout out to Matt. Salute, bro. Shout out to Matt McKee in the building. Shout out to you, Matt. Appreciate you, man. Shout out to Lynn D. What's going on, Lynn D? Jeff Reviews. Salute, cuzzo. Salute, man. I appreciate your support, cuz. Much love to you, man. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to everybody. He said Booker Ronan sent you. Shout out to my brother, the Booker Ronan, man. He'll be falling through in a minute. But shout out to you guys, man. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate your support. Man, I appreciate that, Lynn D. I appreciate it. Today's show. today's show. This is what happens when men lose their credibility. This is what happens when men lose their credibility. And with the current climate of what's been going on, all in the media, you know, all throughout the YouTube land and everything that's going on. Shout out to you, pro theologists. Shout out to Australia. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Beard gang. And it's just been real chaotic. It's been real chaotic. And a lot of guys, I think, are focused on the wrong shit. And when I say the wrong shit, I don't just mean what's popular, but basically their focus is on something that's really irrelevant and something that is actually not long lasting. It doesn't give you longevity. And I know everybody's been harping on this whole mainstream thing. I just want to let brothers know today, man, that the mainstream doesn't give you longevity. It doesn't. It doesn't. And what we see going on right now is we're seeing a lot of brothers lose their credibility for the access of being mainstream. This is what we're seeing. Now, before we get all the way into it, let's look up credibility. What does the word credibility means? DS1. Credibility. It's a noun. The quality of being trusted and believed in. The quality of being trusted and believed in. Let me say that again. Credibility is a noun, and it is the quality of being trusted or believed in. Now, y'all tell me what man who has went mainstream that's credible. Who can we really trust? And why do men today choose to not be credible? Because see, now that this whole pandemic thing happened, since the pandemic, this whole YouTube shit has taken off. Social media and monetizing content has taken off. And when I say that, I'm saying that it has become mainstream. You see? This is why you have Kwame Brown on YouTube. This is why you have Gilbert Arenas on YouTube. Steven Jackson, Matt Barnes. All of these podcasts popping up. That's to get some of this YouTube money. You see? And what I need brothers to understand is with this thing blowing up, you're going to come across a lot of men who are not credible. They're not to be trusted and don't believe nothing that come out their mouth. Because when you're dealing with the mainstream, you're not dealing with integrity. You're dealing with business. And in business, there's a thin line between just doing business and having ethics. You see? See, this is why you always hear that slogan. It's business, it's not personal. But if you know, like any other man with some good sense, know business is personal. See, when a man will come to you and tell you, oh, it's not personal, it's business, right then and there, expect that man to not tell you the truth, to lie in your face, and to lie behind your back. Expect these men to not have any credibility. Because a man will take your life for business. So how is it not personal? There's some problems money can't clean up. You see? And see, this is important because me and my brother, the Book of Ronan, we got a podcast coming. And y'all stay tuned for that. It'll be launching sometime this spring. We already start filming episodes, so y'all stay tuned for that. But men need to get back to, or brothers need to get back to understanding what it is to just be a man. Strip all the labels away. Strip all the alphabets after your name. Take all that shit off. And let's get back to what it is to be a man. See, because like I said to y'all in previous live streams, we were born males. We weren't born men. A man is something you become. A man is not something you are. You become a man. You're born a male. You're not born a man. And a lot of us think that talking this male talk is being a man when it's not. Because a man is based on his character, who he is. So if we talking about manhood, right, and masculinity, you're not a man to any man if I can't believe what come out your mouth. If you do not stand on what you say in public and in private, you're not credible. And when a man loses his credibility, when he's no longer trustworthy, when you no longer can believe what comes out of his mouth, he's dangerous. And I need brothers to understand this. I need brothers to understand this. Stop hanging around your lying ass homies. Stop hanging around them. Stop hanging around dudes who don't have any credibility. They're not credible for anything. All you can count on them to do is to fuck you over. That's what you can count on them to do. When they tell you it's business and not personal, they'll fuck you over. As a matter of fact, that's what they plan to do. You see? You see? Do not hang around men who are not credible. Don't. Because you're putting yourself in danger. Men who are not credible, like my brother the Book of Ronan always say, they're a breach of security. Because if I can't trust what come out your mouth, that means I can't trust your actions. That means that you'll actually be hanging out with me and some dudes will come around the corner and kill me. And then years later, my people find out that you're the one who called them. You see? Because you hanging around men who are not credible. Time and time again, their credibility is shot. And they listen, brothers, these guys are going to show you that they're not credible. And they're going to show you more than once. You got to understand this, brothers. These are not men. These are called fuck boys. These are called fuck boys. That's what they are. That's what they are. Because you don't have any credibility. Anything that come out, any and everything that come out your mouth is bullshit and lies. You always looking to finesse and manipulate a situation or manipulate your way out of a situation. You a fuck nigga. You don't serve nobody no good. You a fuck nigga. And I want to let you brothers know today, stay away from them. Because there's too many of y'all who done spent a lot of years around these men who are not credible. You done took L's in your life that were unnecessary. Well, they were necessary because you should have learned a lesson. But it's because you like hanging around dudes that you can't trust or believe in for nothing. Nowadays, you can't even trust a lot of these guys to even tell the truth just about who they are and what they're about. The credibility of men today is so low, it's a shame. See, because if you're not credible as a man, then guess what else you're not? You're not reliable. You see how this works? See, a lot of y'all may think I'm going to be talking about the credibility of men dealing with women. I'm not talking about that. See, that's the problem. Y'all always want to hear about some shit in reference to women. This is why you're not credible now. Because you don't even believe in your goddamn self. You don't even trust what you say out your own mouth. But you want her to trust it. You want her to believe in your cornball ass. See, y'all think I'm here to tell y'all how to be better men for women. No, go listen to them Jonathans. Go listen to them Jonathans. That's who you go listen to. Cucksidian. Go listen to Cucksidian. Go listen to them. Cuck Murphy and Fart and Flaccid. And DJ Academics. And them goofy ass cornballs. Internet avatars. Who's making money off of the thirst of men who don't value themselves. So you go and listen to that stupid shit. Men who are not credible, Fresh and Fit are not credible to tell men about anything dealing with manhood. They're not credible. Cuck Murphy, he's not credible. He's a cuck. Cucksidian. The Black Manosphere hero. Cucksidian. He has no credibility. See, we like to talk about manhood, but all we do around here when we talk about manhood is, hey, where you work at? Hey, do you make six figures? Hey, did you have sex this morning? That is to most of you dudes around here what manhood is. Did you get some pussy this morning? Did you go to work? How much your check gonna be this week? This is what manhood is to y'all. This is why you guys are miserable. Yeah, I said it because I could look in your eyes and see it. You're miserable. You're miserable. You're miserable because you thought money was going to give you a purpose. You thought money was going to change it all for you. That's what you thought. No. Mm-mm. What kind of man are you? That's what's really going to change your situation in its entirety. Your character. How far you've came in your personal development. That's what manhood is. How far you have came in your development. And your development for you. Not for you to run outside and see a girl at Walmart and say, hey, I'm a real man. But you talking to the cashier at Walmart. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the shit that we deal with as men that go on inside of here. That's what we're talking about. We're not talking about getting your shit together so a woman can say, oh, he checks all my boxes. You see? Because just because you check all her boxes still don't mean that you credible. Still don't mean you stand on what you say. You do what you say you're going to do. You stand with the people you say you stand with. See, you could do all that shit with money. You could do all that shit without money. You could do all that shit with degrees and all of that shit, and you could be a fuck nigga with all of that. And currently, that's what we're dealing with. That's what the lame is. The lame has no credibility. That's why he's lame. He's not lame because he's educated. These guys have no credibility. Why? Because you can't believe shit they say, and you can't trust that they're going to do what they say they're going to do. They have no credibility. You see? You see? And this shit has become contagious amongst men, where men sell each other out. I told y'all this a long time ago, that men don't have no bro code. All that shit that these females try to come up with and talk about. You don't know what you're talking about. Men don't have a bro code. Most of these dudes will do anything just to sniff the back of your ass. So what bro code? What bro code? Half these dudes will smash your mother if they had a chance. What bro code? And I know dudes who done smashed their man's moms. So I know. Dude to hang out with you every day and be blaming your sister. Yo, boy, I'll be back. He gonna smash your sister. You wonder why he always want to come to the crib on Thanksgiving. That's because your aunt that he be sliding off with gonna be there. But you don't know nothing about it. You don't know nothing about it. He been smashing your aunt since he was like 18. He 34 now. Still smashing her. Where's the credibility? This is the type of shit we do as men to each other. No credibility. No credibility. See? This is a problem that men have amongst each other. There's a moral problem that men have amongst each other. And the reason why we have that problem for the most part is because most of you dudes are in this shit just for the prospect of some puss. And you will trade in your credibility for that access. This is why most men beef with each other. Most men have beef with each other over two things. Really, one thing is money. It's not even money, it's women. Most dudes that beef over money, it's because dude is trying to show his girl, he trying to prove something to these women. That's why dudes act tight with their money. That's why dudes lie and scheme to get money. It's all to impress some broad. That's what it's about. And all of us men, we know this. This is not a secret. It's not a secret. It's not a secret. You think dudes drive nice cars because they like them? No, they driving a nice car to shit on the next man so his girl might like his car, so he could take his girl. This is what we do. New York Classic TV, salute, fam. Appreciate you. Ricky Webster, appreciate you, fam. He said, always grateful for your insight, DS1 Ross. One love and props due. Appreciate you, my brother. This is what we do. And over time, what that does is men lose credibility. That's why I played that Jadakiss song at the beginning. Just keep it 100. Just keep it 100 with me. You ain't got to lie. Just keep it 100. It should never be hard to be real when you keep it 100 with me. You ain't got to lie just to get by. See, when dudes are used to doing that, these are dudes who don't have any credibility. And as I said before, if a man is not credible, that means he's not reliable. These are traits of a man that men are supposed to have. A man is supposed to be reliable. I'm supposed to be able to rely on my brother to defend me when I'm not around and when I'm around. You see? Because I'm going to do that for you. You see? I'm not going to defend you when nobody could see it. But then when everybody could see it, I want to play business with niggas. I want to play politics. See, I don't get down like that. See, right then and there, you lost credibility. You see? Because if I'm going to put my appearance value on the line, why shouldn't you? For me. If I'm going to do that for you, why wouldn't you do it for me? If we brothers. Why you not going to put how people view you on the line if I done did it for you? I put myself out there so the world could judge me, but you wouldn't do that for me. See, right then and there, you lost credibility. See, now I can't trust that you're going to do what you say you're going to do because you already showed me you're not. You already showed me. You see? And sometimes it only takes that one important time for you to not stand up. And we good, homie. We good. We ain't got nothing else to talk about. Why? You're a breach of security. You are no longer trustworthy because your word is no good. Your word and your actions, they don't meet. They don't go together. Yeah, you my man. Yeah, you my man. Yeah, you know I fucks with you. Yeah. But then in public, you a church mouse. You quiet. When people ask about me, when it's time for you to defend me, you quiet. You quiet. Now it's this ain't good. This ain't good for business. Sounds familiar? Doesn't that sound like what's going on in the black manosphere? Now the red pill is no longer good for business. It's not. See, when it's time to defend what you claim you represent, you fold. So now that means you have no credibility. That means you're a fraud. Because you're not going to stand on what you said. You're going to abandon what you say. And if all a man has is his word and his balls, then why would you break your word? It shows that you have no nuts. You see? That's why it's called a testimony. A testament. Your testes, your nuts. Your nuts. Because you're going to have to hold them when you defending your brother. You're going to have to stand up and hold your nuts to defend your brother. To defend what you claim you represent. That takes nuts. A testimony, a testament. A testament to your what? To your manhood. To your manhood. Do you got turtle nuts? Do you got gerbil nuts? Huh? Because your credibility ain't worth shit. Your credibility can't get me a New York City hot dog. As a man, your credibility ain't worth shit. And do you wonder why these women look at you like you a goddamn peon? You wonder why? You wonder why? It's because of your word. Your word don't mean shit. You're not trustworthy. Nobody can believe in you. They can count on you to mislead them. They can count on you to do something that will hurt them, whether it's personal, emotional, financial. They can count on you to hurt them. That's your credibility. That's where your credibility lies. This is why the majority of men don't like liars. That's why we don't like liars. Because it ties into a man's credibility. All this nigga do is just sit up here and lie. Why am I even listening to what he has to say? All he doing is sitting up here lying. This dude is not credible. Why do other men listen to him? See, that's how that works. That's how that works. You see? We get to this super chat. Shout out to Ebo Sosa. He says, do you think it has to do with the lack of understanding about honor? I find that that's a word unknown amongst men. If you honor a man, then you're credible. Then you're credible. I'm gonna read the definition of credibility again. Credibility, the quality of being trusted and believed in. So you're not gonna honor a man, or a man's not gonna honor you if he don't believe and trust in you. If you don't have no credibility, he has no reason to honor you, Ebo. That's just what it is. He's not going to honor you. He's not going to honor the relationship that y'all have because you're not credible. You're not credible. You only honor men who are honorable. And you're not honorable if you're not trustworthy, if you're not reliable, if people can't believe what's coming out your mouth to be true. If all you do is sit around and lie and finesse and try to manipulate your way through shit, you'll never be honored, and you shouldn't be honored. And I don't mean you, I mean any man that's partaking in that. We only honor men who are honorable. And before you become an honorable man, you first have to be a credible man. Are you trustworthy? See, because you have to show a certain level of trust to be considered honorable. You have to show a level of integrity, character. You have to show a high level of character for someone to honor you, an honorable man. Being an honorable man is not something that's taken lightly. Because there's a lot of things you have to go through before someone says you're honorable. You see? Do you defend your fellow brother? Do you defend your fellow man? Do you support him? You see? Do you respect him? Do you respect his family? Do you respect his woman? Do you respect his program and how he does things? See, these are the things that make a man honorable. But you first have to be credible. If you're not credible, you can never be honorable. Honorable is levels after credibility. It's levels after that. Credibility is the bare minimum. That's the basics. And I didn't want to go and say this because I know a lot of y'all like to steal. Y'all like to steal ideas, right? But I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. The name of our podcast is going to be Foundational Manhood, the Foundational Manhood Podcast, where we're going to be getting into the basics of what manhood is. We're going to be delving deep into the character of a man and get out of all of this superficial bullshit that's not going to mean nothing when you in that casket. See, all that other shit don't mean nothing. You see? Credibility matters when you're laying in that casket. That's when your credibility shows. When you're dead and people talking about the type of person you were. Not how many cars you had in your garage, nigga. See, that don't make you credible. That's not gonna make people stand up at your funeral and speak good about your life as a man. See, they'll talk about that with the women. Girl, she used to have the best hairstyle. Shit, girl. Girl, remember she had all the red bottoms. I remember I used to go to her and borrow bags and shit. That's female shit, y'all. That's what the women do. They talk about hairstyle. Girl, remember when her hair was like this? Yeah. Women get older and they start. That's how they talk. That's how they gonna be talk. That's how they gonna remember their girlfriend. When they used to go on their little girl trips, and that's female shit. That's not how men rock. When your homie die, when your brother die, we gonna be sitting around talking about, y'all, remember that time we ain't had no money? And we all had to hop the train, and it's just an example. And we all had to hop the train and run from the cops. And such almost got caught. We talking about shit like that. We talking about that. Shit like that. we talking about real shit. Not mamby-pamby shit. Not, remember he had those Jordans? I ain't talking about that. Man, my man in the casket. I ain't talking about Jordans. My brother dead. I ain't talking about no Montclair jackets. See? And you know why you don't talk about that shit? Because obviously your friend had credibility. And when you a credible person, your value surpasses what people see. Your value surpasses what people see. You see? You see? And a lot of us men, we don't focus on that. That's why we lose our credibility. We lose our credibility with our brothers. We lose credibility with our women. Because most of you dudes don't stand on your word. You see? Because it's not hard to be real when you keep it 100. Y'all heard what Jadakiss said? When you keep it 100, it's not hard to be real. It's not hard to figure out who's real, who's fake when you keep it 100. When you keep your credibility intact. You see? But nowadays, with the blow up of guys like Kevin Samuels, It's telling men that it's okay to be fake, to be fraudulent, to not have credibility. Because we all know that man has no credibility. We know this. And with him being rewarded for not having any credibility, you have a bunch of other men who's seeking that same thing. Which is why we don't have any control when it comes to what we want as men. You see? Because we want to keep propping up men who are not credible. You see? And what did I say before? Except this time, I'm going to add something extra to it. When you're a man that doesn't have any credibility, you're not credible, you're not reliable. And guess what else you're not? You're not dependable. You're not dependable. I can't depend on you to be there, to stand in the gap, to hold the line. I can't depend on you to do that because of you don't have no credibility. You've shown time and time again, you gonna drop the goddamn, you're not gonna hold the line. You're not gonna stand in the gap. You're not. You're going to abandon your post. Your leadership is flaccid. So how were you credible? All this flip-flopping. Everybody talking about how dudes in the space is flip-flopping. Oh, dudes flip-flopping, flip-flopping, flip. What do you expect? These guys have no credibility. These dudes been lying for years. These dudes been lying for years. You see? And it's nothing new. Don't be surprised that it's going on now. And it's been happening. Been lying. And guess what? It's going to continue to happen. You know why? Because it's too many men who have said that having internal value is for women. It's for women. So a man don't have to be credible. A man don't have to have integrity. A man don't have to hold the line. All he got to do is run out here and be Jonathan. And this is why you see the lack of credibility, because there's a bunch of Jonathans around here. Jonathan don't stand on nothing but his wallet. That's all he stand on. He don't mean shit he say. All he believe in is spending some money. That's all. He pays for you to believe him. He pays for you to trust him. He pays for credibility. And we all know as men, you can't pay for that. And anybody who's trying to, that means that they're not credible. That means that they're not credible. And to sit here and to get behind a man who's time and time again just lied. Look at Jesse Smollett, the one who I have on a thumbnail. Now, you know why? You know why you don't hear about him anymore? He didn't have any credibility. You see? And when you lack credibility, you lack character. You have character flaws. That's how they look at Jesse Smollett. You're not credible no more. So I don't even know if I want you on my set. I don't even know if I want you around me. I don't even know if I want to talk to you. See, this is the world where men are. When you're dealing with men, you deal with integrity. You deal with credibility. You do not accept a man lying to your goddamn face and then telling you something must be wrong with you for not believing his lies. You see? This is a problem that we have to fix as men. Because we could sit up here and talk about all the drill rappers we want to. But guess what you doing to them? You lying to them. You lying to them. You lying to them. You ain't keeping it real with them. You're not telling them, you're not being honest. You're just saying some shit to puff up your ego because you have no credibility. You see? This is why Jesse Smollett is dead heat in the industry. Don't nobody want to talk to him. Don't nobody want to deal with him. 1G says, so much fake going on, people don't know what's real. That's my point. And that's why we have to constantly speak on this, 1G. Because younger brothers like you, y'all get confused and y'all get caught up in the hoopla. You see? And a lot of brothers, man, what y'all like to do nowadays is y'all like to get y'all get what y'all get mixed up is y'all get credibility and validation mixed up. Y'all get it mixed up. That's what y'all do. Y'all think that it's one and the same. So you think if you come on here and troll and be a nuisance amongst men, that gives you some form of credibility. No, it doesn't. It just validates you for being a goddamn idiot. That's what it does. You see? This dude being the face of this space proves that this space and the men in this space lack credibility. And that credibility is not held in the esteem it is supposed to be held in. You see? Men have a moral issue. We have a moral issue. It's a moral fight. You got dudes who are fighting to be validated through fake shit, through mainstream misandry. Because now I thought misandry was a problem. It's not anymore. See, these guys are not credible. You see? And I'm going to go ahead and drop this bomb on y'all. I'm going to go ahead and drop this bomb. Y'all put a 1 in the chat if y'all want me to drop this bomb. I'm getting ready to drop this bomb on y'all. Getting ready to drop this bomb on y'all. Because what these guys want y'all to believe is they want y'all to think that credibility don't matter no more. We don't need to be focused on being credible. But then these are the same guys, right? Who says it's business, right? It's business. It's business. It's business. It's business. But when we're talking about credibility, let's go back to what credibility is. The quality of being trusted and believed in. What is a synonym of credibility? Oh, DS1. Oh, you're just on a moral, you're on a moral tirade. This is bigger than morals. This is about business. Why do banks give people credit? Why would a bank give you credit? Since I'm on a moral highway. All I care about is morals. I don't care about money. Really? Then why does a bank give you credit? Isn't credit a synonym for credibility? And your credit is based on what? It's based on what? Them trusting and believing in what you say you're gonna do. See that? See, they ain't gonna tell you that. They're not gonna tell you that. They're not gonna tell you that. They're not gonna tell you that the real value and the real currency lies within you. They're not gonna tell you that. They're not gonna tell you that. You see? They're not gonna tell you that. They're not gonna tell you that. This is why in the mainstream media, they can destroy your credibility when they're ready. You see? Because in the mainstream media, your credibility is based on how good and elaborate you can tell lies, how good you can deceive the masses. You see? And you build up your credit. The more lies, you build up your credit. You build up your credit. It's called the resume. It's called the portfolio. You build up your resume and your portfolio. It's what Kevin's doing. It's what he's been doing since he's been here. You see? So once he get to where he's at, he's credible. I keep telling y'all this is a spiritual war. I keep telling y'all this. Everything starts there. See? And they can destroy his credibility whenever they're ready, because it's all lies. And when you lie, right, to the creditors, don't that mess up your credit? But in the mainstream media, they tell you that it's good to lie because they make money off lies. See? So you could go get the Cullinan, you could go get the Bentley, because your credit good. Your credit good. You follow me? You follow me? See, don't let these dudes get up here and tell y'all it's their business. It's their business. It's just business. They're lying. See, you can't have one without the other. See, you can't have one without the other. You can't. Your credit is based on your credibility. Then why they telling men around here, oh, it ain't about having morals and principles. It ain't about that. That's for women. Then why the hell do why did these people give you $1,000 credit card and trust you to pay your goddamn bill every month? Because you told them you will. You leveraged your credibility for some money. In the streets, we call that fronting, consignment. That's how you get consignment in the streets. Off your word, your credibility. And when you don't keep your word, there's consequences. When you don't keep your word. Now you owe. Because you ain't keep your word. You see? If you make your word good, the tab is clear. If you do what you said you were going to do, the tab is clear. We don't have no issues. Don't let these niggas tell you business. It's just business and not personal. That's cap. Business is personal. If it's not, then go tell the mafia to go the fuck out of business. Then tell them to go out of business. Okay? Listen, brothers. Stop letting these charlatans run circles around y'all. Your manhood is within you. You don't wear your goddamn manhood. You express it. That's what you do. You don't wear it. You don't drive it. You don't count it. You don't bag it up. You don't tie it up. Understand that. Understand that. That's a fact, OG. You know it. Gotta pay Poppy first. Why? Because Poppy expect you to keep your word. We discussed what we discussed. What's up? I expected you to keep your word. Now, if you don't keep your word, there's a price to pay. You see? You see? And what happens to men when they lose their credibility, you be out here looking like Jesse Smollett. You'll be out here crying and complaining about not being validated. Your credit is shot. Don't pay that ticket and then see how personal shit get. Exactly. 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 Shannon B. What's good, Shannon B? Jason Smith, salute. You see? Credibility is extremely important. If you're not credible, then guess what? You're not masculine. You're not masculine. See, because a lot of us think we were taught masculinity in a dumbed down form also. When the first thing we think of when we say masculinity, first thing we think of is muscles, strength, brute strength and muscles. And, no, that's not just it. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Masculinity also ties into how you carry yourself, how you deal and interface with other men and other people. You see? Masculinity is not just it's not a look. It's not a physique. It's not a slogan. It's not a degree. It's none of that. It's part of who you are. And if you lack credibility, you're not masculine. You're a weasel. You're a weasel. That's what you are. You're a weasel. You're a weasel. Here's the second definition of credibility. And then we're going to wrap this show up. Shout out to everybody that's here. Make sure you like and share the show. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. The second definition for credibility is the quality of being convincing or believable. Plausibility, believability, acceptability, tenability, probability, likelihood, authority, authoritativeness, impressiveness, cogency, weight. Another term for street credibility. You see? You see? The quality of being convincing or believable. Now, let that marinate for a minute, because I know a lot of y'all are like, okay, well, people could come off to be believable. People could come off to be trustworthy. Yeah. Yeah, they can be. They can be. But based on what they say and what they do can determine whether they're credible or not. Because they can appear to be whatever, but are they? Are they? You see? And this is something, brothers, that we really have to begin to focus on. Because a lot of us want to be successful in life. A lot of us want to do better in life. We have to get around people that are credible. We have to stay around, we have to be around credible individuals. We're not talking about people who know everybody. We're not talking about people who know a bunch of people. We're not talking about that. Just be a solid individual. Stand on what you say. Do you got to be perfect? No. Do you got to shoot 10 for 10 from the free throw line? No. Do you always got to get every situation right? No. But don't make it a habit to be a liar. Okay? Don't make it a habit to be sneaky and conniving. Don't make that, don't do that. Because see, that's when a man didn't have to question if you're trustworthy. You see? And when a man has to time and time again question another man's credibility, man, you might as well cut ties with that person. Cut ties with them. Don't deal with them. Because they've already proven to you more times than enough that they're not credible. They're selling you a line of bullshit. And I know some of you guys may think, well, damn, DS1, you just want to cut brothers off. No, that's not who I am. That's not who I am. If you ever dealt with me, you know that I'm not like that. I give brothers a chance to make it right all the time. Because trust and believe, brothers, a man know when he did you wrong. There's nothing to talk about. You know what you've done. You know what you've been doing. So it's nothing to talk about. You see? And it's best that you keep men like that away from you. Because all they do is create problems. That's all. It's always a problem. It's always some shit going on. They always, yo, guess what happened? Let me tell you what happened. It's always that. Over and over and over and over and over and over. Move away from that shit, man. Move away from it. If they're not credible, they shouldn't stand next to you. Period. Period, brothers. Shout out to everybody in the building. Thanks for coming in to today's show. Shout out to everybody that's in the chat room. Salute to everybody. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share today's show. And if you enjoyed today's show, donate to today's show. CashApp $SheepStaySleepTV is where you can go. It's going across the screen, or you could just simply hit the super chat. Shout out to everyone who has donated. Much love to y'all. Shout out to all of the visionaries. Salute to the mods for holding down the chat room. Shout out to Miss Angie B. Shout out to Miss Queena for holding down the chat as always. Shout out to all of the visionaries, man. Shout out to all of the visionaries. All of you guys, man. I appreciate all of y'all love and y'all support. If you hit the Cash App, I appreciate it. If you hit the super chat, I appreciate all the love and the support. Shout out to my brother, Papa Flocka, in the building. Salute, my brother. I appreciate your love and your support as always, family. Sandbox brother right there. Shout out to Matt McKee. Shout out to Mace. Shout out to Shannon B. Ricky Webster. My brother Larry Vaughn. The OG. Sonny Blanco. Shango. Shout out to Self Improvement. Jason Smith. Sir O. Shout out to everyone for coming into today's show. My brother, the Book of Ronan. My man Bob. Shout out to Bob. Shout out to all of you guys, man. Spotlight B-Ball. Shout out to you, brother. Shout out to everyone for coming into today's show. Shout out to everyone who donated. Make sure before you get up out of here, hit that like button and hit that share button. Hit that share button, y'all. Hit that share button. Those buttons, if you do not donate, it definitely brings back currency. So don't ever think, man, I be wanting to donate to you, DS1, but I ain't really got it like that. That's cool. When you get it, I know you'll donate. Hit that like button and hit that share button. That's currency in itself. Don't ever forget that. So also, if y'all haven't yet, if you're new here, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I drop some new content right here on Sheep Stay Sleep TV. I appreciate everyone for tuning into today's show. DS1 Ross, Sheep Stay Sleep TV. And remember, brothers, we are our own agency. We are our own agency. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.